Gotcha. All right, everybody. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Shalom, everybody. We about to go live. Well, we are live right now. I'm just sending this out. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Shalom, everybody. We about to go live. Well, we are live right now. All right. All right, let me see. All right. So we about to go live. All right. I'm bobbity. All right. So if you don't know, about to know tonight, man, it's some things going down in the world tonight. Things going on. And man, it's high time for you to wake up, man. You already know what it is. I.S.U.P.K started out of 1 West on 25th Street, Harlem, New York. Been teaching the truth since 1969. We're under Commander Jenny YAHANNA. We're here to teach every so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American the truth of this Bible. All right. Tonight is a biblical law class where we break down the laws. All right. We break down these scriptures so that you can better understand it. Right. You understand the aspects of what it means, why it's so important to keep the laws of God. All right. So, boom, we're going to get straight into it. You seeing what's happening today. Give me Romans, what I want in Romans, man. It's high times. If you Black, Hispanic, Native American, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up out of the sleep that you in. It's time to wake up. Stop sitting back thinking that you can just live your best life and be domesticated. Think that our king is not at hand. This Bible been around for 4,000 years. These records been around for 4,000 years, and we're still able to obtain the knowledge in it because of God. When you read the Bible, many people read the Bible and don't understand what the hell is in the Bible for real. What we bring out and how the I.S.U.P.K move and operate, people look at it as something that's hateful. But they say that don't most people say they read the Bible front to back? They say they read the Bible front to back, and they don't understand that Jesus Christ is a black man. They don't understand that King Solomon, King David, Moses was black men. They don't know that the women in the Bible was all black, Hispanics, Native Americans. You know, we don't understand our own holidays that's in the Bible. We don't understand none of these things because the Lord blinded us from the truth. And the truth is now revealed. The truth been being revealed since 1969. Uncut raw. That's what it is, Abad. Uncut raw. Straight up like that. Because this is what the Most High understands what's happening on the board, man. Read what you got.
This is the book of Romans, the 13 and verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
And that knowing the time.
Knowing the what?
And that knowing the time.
Knowing the time. You better understand what time it is. You better wake up, because if you don't recognize what's going on, right? If you don't understand what's happening, you're gonna fall behind. You're gonna fall behind, and you're gonna be looking at yourself, and you're gonna be like, damn, I could have been on point. I could have, like, damn, woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know what I mean? Like, right. That's what most of us say. We say, damn, man, you know, shoot, I should have, you know, like for instance, right? Let's say you were drinking and driving. You drink and drive, you know that you ain't supposed to be drinking and driving. Then you see them lights go off behind you, like, damn. Only if I would have just got a Uber or a Lyft or got that ride from that person that told me just park my car up, you know what I mean? And get this ride home. That's how we need to look at the Lord. The Lord wants us to wake the hell up. We sitting around not understanding the bigger picture. That is the issue with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We don't see the bigger picture. And then later we be salty when things happen. You have Venezuelans right now over there in Venezuela happy that Maduro is arrested. Whole time not realizing that America is coming in as this white and shiny armor. They on a white horse, Abba, and they're going to destroy Venezuela, and they're going to make it worse. They was already living in shacks. They're going to be living in mud huts by the time America is done with it. America is going to take all of that oil. They was drooling at the mouth when the whole arrest happened of Maduro the other night. They was drooling from the mouth. The oil companies was already waiting. They was already making moves to bring everybody that they was already booking trips. They was booking trips because these people is on a whole nother level.
Right.
And we must get on a whole nother level. That's why the Most High said, man, lean on me. Don't lean on your own understanding. Because when you lean on your own understanding, we always fail as a people. We think that these white people deserve our allegiance. We believe that these white people deserve mercy. They don't deserve it. And they're showing you right now. So ICE agent unalived a 37-year-old woman. All she was doing was driving off. He was so much of a coward, he unalived the sister right then and there. Now, I'm not sure if it was a sister or not, but regardless of the fact, this is the times that we are in. It don't matter if you're a woman, child, or man. It's a target on your back. Read it from the top again.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Romans, 13 and verse 11. And that knowing the time.
Read it clear for everybody.
Yes, sir. And that knowing the time.
Know the times that we in. Like right now, you should be getting prepared for the worst. More importantly, you should be getting prepared for the Christ to come back. Because he said these things in the scriptures. I shouldn't have to go inside the church and nobody is talking about the times that we're in right now. Letting them understand, yo, we got to make sure we're keeping these laws of God, man. You know, telling the men of the Lord, hey, you know, we got to feed the flock and protect the flock. We got to be there for our people. We got to crank it up a notch because, man, this furnace is getting hotter. What Donald Trump did, this over a span of 7 days is very unconstitutional. But here's the thing that a lot of people don't want to realize. All these nations on the earth are unconstitutional. We think that there's supposed to be a level of checks and balances. Yeah, it's checks and balances when it comes to us. Yeah, we're gonna go to court. We're gonna be brought up on our charges. Best believe that. But you shot that nigga, you going to jail. They're gonna make sure of it. Donald Trump shoots somebody, or Donald Trump touches a woman by the vagina. Donald Trump is caught on Epstein Island. They're going to look the other way because really America is gangsters. America is drug dealers, just like every other country. You think that these wars is happening because America wants to be the hero? America always has self-interest of self. We got to stop thinking that America is this utopia and the world is like, this is the place of our rest. If it benefit America enslaving Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans with chains and whips, they would do it if it benefits them. But right now, it doesn't. We have to read it one more time from the top.
Yes, sir. And that knowing the time.
Knowing the time, go ahead.
That now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Wake out of sleep, meaning wake the hell up. Wake the hell up. We don't have time for hating one another. We've been past that. Cool. Nigga, I ain't like you last year. But listen, I don't care about that no more. We got bigger fish to fry. We got ICE agents coming into our neighborhoods. You know, if you know that you have Hispanics in your neighborhood, the Hispanics should know, look, something happened, man. Look, like you already know what we gotta do. You understand? That's why we tell Hispanics, man, get in class. Stop thinking that you gotta be separate from us. Don't believe the propaganda that's on the news, because they don't want black and brown people to stick together. They want us to hate one another. They want us to kill each other off. They love it. They sit back and they're like, yeah, look at the niggas in the spics hating one another. Whole time we plotting against them. So many black people been saying, oh man, that's their problem. That's their problem. Yeah, that's their problem. Let me tell y'all something. Mexicans in particular were the main ones that was helping us when we used to run away from our slave masters. When we ran away from them plantations, it was the Mexicans that brought us in to Mexico and didn't enslave us, nor did they allow Americans to enter into Mexico without a fight. They would say, man, you're holding fugitives. That's our slaves. That's our property. Mexico was like, listen, I don't care what you're talking about. You can't come over here. You know, this land ain't yours. What we got going over here is what we got going on over here. And just know we ain't enslaving nobody. We don't get down like that. Mexicans always rolled out for us. The problem is white supremacy. White supremacy drove a wedge between us. Now, let me show you something in the scriptures, man. Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. Deuteronomy 7:6 should be seared into your brain. I'm going to tell you why. Because when you go into these records, you're reading about blacks, Hispanics, and Native American history. That's what you're learning about. You're not learning about the white man being the greatest thing on the face of the earth. It's a white Jesus and a white God. No, you learning about niggas, spics, and savages. All those derogatory terms that people want to call us, you learning about us. You learning about our wins, our losses, our struggles, our suffering, our pain, our wisdom, our knowledge. That's what you learning about, our customs. We black. I'm a color now. I'm a Hispanic. Damn, I'm some white people, little dogs or something, right? I'm a Native American. Damn, I'm native to a land, to Amerigo Vespucci, the one that came, one of the Spaniards that originally came to these lands. Amerigo Vespucci, that's where you get America from. Now I'm native to Amerigo Vespucci. Good night. Like, they changed our names, gave us a whole new language, gave us their religion, gave us their way of life. I mean, they gave us everything. The biggest kept secret is that white people have the children of Israel, the 12 tribes in Israel, in captivity. That's the biggest kept secret on the earth. That's the great Illuminati secret, quote unquote. Right? Read what you got, brother.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
It said that we are holy people unto the Lord thy God. What does holy mean in the Bible? It means to be separate. And Leviticus, the 20th chapter and 26th verse, it states that God cut us off from other nations. And they use the key word in that scripture is severed. I have severed you from other nations, meaning that I had cut you off. Meaning what? Everybody just celebrated New Year's. You go in the Bible, the New Year's is in spring, where we know the Passover is marks the territory of the new year, right? That's when the new year happens, around the time of Passover, not dead in the winter. But when you go back, you learn about Janus, the two-faced god, who the name January belongs to. And it was a god that the Romans worshiped. And they felt as though that this god, Janus, was the reason why they won wars. And it was the god of doors, of new beginnings, the god of gates. Right. So what people would do, they would say they would worship. They built temples to this god named Janus. When they built temples to this god named Janus, people would go to this god and they would pray and they would make what you call New Year resolutions. Now, They say you want to hide something from a nigga. What do you do about?
Put it in a book.
Say it one more time.
Put it in a book.
Yeah. Put it in a book. You want to hide something from a nigga? Yeah. Celebrate. Yeah, it's New Year's. These niggas don't even read. It's 2026, quote unquote, 2026. These niggas don't even know how to read. What the hell is wrong? Yeah, Happy New Year's. These people, you must always remember this. If you don't never remember anything I'm saying tonight, always remember this. That the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He gained this country in blood. He gained it by blood. He gained it by lying. He gained it by stealing. And they did it all in the love of their God. Their God ain't me and your God. When you look at the back of that dollar bill and it's saying, God we trust, their God is Satan. America is known Satanist. That's why they have a bunch of cults. You had the Skull and Bones. You had the Freemasons, the Illuminati. You understand what else? The Templar Knights. All of those cults is what's the one of the famous ones? The place where a lot of the politician elites of the white man world go, Bohemian Grove, where they go out there and worship old Babylonian gods. These people worship Babylonian gods, Greek gods that is so ancient. You'd be like, what the hell? They go back to Egypt. Remember, Freemasonry started, all that Masonic orders and all that started back in Egypt. And what did the Egyptians worship? Gay gods. Their gods was women. So many people think that the Egyptian gods were women, and the womb of creation came out of the woman. In real Egyptology, y'all want to? I don't know if y'all know. Brace yourself for this. How creation started in Egyptology? Well, and they call it Kemet, Egypt, however you want to call it. It started by a man ejaculating in his mouth and spitting it out in the world. Is on record. That's what the Egyptians did. We are not the Egyptians. God said not to follow the way of the Egyptian. You understand me? That's why he said that. Read it one more time, Deuteronomy 7:6.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God.
Stop right there, real quick. My fault. When it says holy, means to be separate. Meaning, if you see me, you ain't gonna see me selling drugs. Now, when I was a disgusting nigga in the world, I would definitely sell you some drugs. What you need, I got it. Or I can find somebody that I can get it for you one way or another, right? Look, ribs is touching, I'm robbing something, right? When I come to the Lord, when it says, come as you are, right? In the church, they say, come as you are, and you can continue being who you are. That's against the Bible. Read it from the top again.
Yes, sir. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
He said, you are a holy people, meaning to be separate. Homosexuality, a life of crime, being an immoral individual, that is not holy, because that's what the other nations do. You got to think about it. When you look at Black, Hispanic, Native American women, they're known for being what? Clean individuals, right? When you look at other women in the world, other white women don't take showers every day. East Indian women, good night. We don't gotta even talk about that. African women, you want to know why African women don't smell as much nowadays? Because Black women had to tell them, you stink. You need to go watch. You need to put some deodorant on. You understand? I remember being in middle school. It was hell going to school. Them African girls, they didn't know how to properly, their hygiene was just bad. Even the men, We was like, yo, man, put some deodorant on. Until we started realizing, yeah, they putting their deodorant. They was getting the oils. They was walking around with the oils and all that. We was like, yo, come on, man, you in America. We don't, you know what I mean? We don't get down like that. We are a very peculiar people, meaning a separate people. We are not like everybody else. If you look at what we invented, the inventions that don't even go noticed in the world, Black people had a hand in it. How you able to have air, cool air in your house, hot air in your house? That's because of Black people. How you able to have electricity, plumbing, right? A functioning car, a functioning phone. All of these things had something to do with us, right? God chose us to be a special people, meaning that it's something in us, that just bring out the best of the world. The problem is, and what Christ said, he said, ye are the salt of the earth. Like, we are the salt of the earth, Abad. Like, we are the trendsetters of all things, on all cylinders. They want to hate on us, but they know that we are on a whole nother level. You understand? Women right now is trying to look like Black, Hispanic, and Native American women. You all that body, they bodies getting done and all that. Who you think they trying to get that body looking like? They going to the doctors, they in the gym, they diet and all that just to look like a sister that ain't hit a gym never in her life. She just naturally built. You know what I mean? What they say, get it from her mama? Straight from the source. That's it. They are trying to get lip fillers. They're trying to do everything in their power to look like you. And what God wants you to understand, what the Most High wants you to understand, why trade in your very essence? Why trade in your spirit? Why trade in your inheritance for nothing? And you know when we do that? When we don't keep the commandments of God. Keep going.
Have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Above all people.
Above what?
Above all people.
He said, I chose you to be a special people unto myself. And read it one more time.
Above all people.
Above what?
Above all people.
Some.
Above all people.
A little bit.
Above all people.
Three-fourths.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Upon the face of the earth. God chose Black, Hispanic, Native American, men and women, and child to be above all people on the face of the earth. Now, I gotta ask you this. Why is Donald Trump in rulership right now as we speak? Give me Romans. Not Romans. Give me where it says, come out of her. Please. Give me the scripture where it says, come out of her. When we hear teaching, we're teaching you to be a better you, right? I'm a walking testimony. I remember I first came in here, they'd tell you, I had the whole school smelling like weed. I had no weed on me, but that's how much weed I was smoking, right? Dealing with, being in lust, you know what I mean? Greed, all of those things. I was all of it, right? And when I read these scriptures and I sat in these classes, and I remember a man sitting right here in this seat just talking, and I'm being combative. Well, what about this? And what about that? And they just answering it. Yeah, I got you. Go to, matter of fact, brother, and they pointed at me, you get scripture, blah, 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 blah. And they giving me these scriptures. And it got to a point where I couldn't ask no more questions. It was like, all right, I'm going to be thorough about what I do. And that's one thing about me. I always been real with myself. And I told myself, I'm not going to be a nut ass nigga and not realize that these brothers is, one, doing something good. Two, is proving everything that I thought was true that is really false. And showing me the solutions that God set out for all Blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans to follow. And I'm looking like, damn, like this is starting to make sense, right? I say all that to say this. When I realized with the I.S.U.P.K, where I'm standing at in this school right now, what the whole stance is to feed the flock and protect the flock. Those two right there. When you look at a man in the I.S.U.P.K, understand he is here to feed you and to protect you, man. What we do here is not a effing game.
Right.
You know, don't take what we do here lightly. Yeah, we hear all the hip and the hollering, but guess what? We love you even if you hate us or not, because we understand the what? Bigger picture. Because that's what the men of the Lord always understood, the bigger picture. Yeah, they hate us. Christ said it. What did he say about? They hated me first, right? We already know. Oh, y'all cult, y'all this, y'all that. Whole time, we're here to help you. And when you sit down and you talk to us, and you ask questions, and or just take in the information, you'll realize, damn, these brothers is really kicking something. It's just that we're not giving it to you how you're used to, because you're used to a man being on the pulpit lying to you. You're used to lie. You've been lied to all your life. You've been lied to since you was a child. You've been going through hell all your life. And now you hear some black men, some Hispanic Native American men telling you God is black, Jesus Christ is black, that we got to keep the commandments of God. And you must stop believing in all the lies that you've been given all your life. That is not an easy pill to swallow. Ain't an easy pill to swallow. You got the scripture that you was holding? Let's read it.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Come out of her. That's what we teaching. That's how we feed you and protect you. Come out of her. Meaning what? The whore, the great whore of Babylon. This is the great whore of Babylon, man. This where we dwell at in this world, being under the white man's kingdom, man, this is Babylon. We got to get the hell out of it. It's time to stop sitting back thinking that, yeah, like you got people that they only care about the money. The money ain't going to get you where you need to be when it comes to the Lord, man. It's not going to give you the wisdom and the knowledge. Yeah, you're going to have knowledge of how to get money. You're going to have a little knowledge. But real knowledge, what real knowledge make you do? It make you move. It put a fire in your ass, under your ass, man. It put a fire in your heart. You know what I mean? And it's going to continue to burn, because when you come to serve the Lord is going to keep feeding that fire. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. No, I was saying that's what the Lord is saying, Nabat. You know what I mean? He giving that fire. Keep going. Keep going. Nah, you feeling weak, man? Lean on your brothers, man. Lean on your sisters. You keep doing the work. How you think this school been here since 1969? The Lord just kept. Keep going. Keep going. And you know what the men of the Lord always supposed to understand? Feed the flock, protect the flock. It was many years that people didn't give a damn about the I.S.U.P.K. Didn't give a damn about, I don't give a damn. Y'all niggas is crazy. Because we continue to always feed the flock and protect it, leading by example, not giving them because the world, read it one more time.
Be not partakers. Come talking.
No, keep going. That's good.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
We not going to partake in the sins. We're going to get away from that, right? And we're going to teach you. We're going to continue to teach you to come out of America. America have destroyed our families to the point where when you sit down and you talk to somebody about their house, it get depressing. You understand? Talk about somebody, Black, Hispanic, Native American, you start talking and you will see sorrow, man. It's hell in our homes. Growing up, no mother, no father, been abused in all kind of ways. It's hurt. We going through hell, man. That should give us more ammunition to change our lives, man, so that the Lord can have mercy on us. Damn, at least have mercy on our kids and our kids' kids. Let's give them a chance that we ain't never had. Right. You know, like Christ died so that we can come back to the Lord. That's another misconception. Not people think that Christ died for the whole world. Christ died so that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans can come back to the Lord. Do you know before Christ died, if you ain't never celebrate the Passover, you know what happened to you? You'll be cut off from Israel. If the man child wasn't circumcised on the 8th day, he will be cast away. He will be counted as a heathen. By the time Christ came on the scene, what was going on? Christ was dealing with Israelites that was puffed up, dealing with Israelites that wasn't keeping God's commandments on both sides. And it was so much tension because it's like, nigga, you don't keep, when would you circumcise? When would you circumcise? Like, y'all really talking about each other's rides right now? You know what I'm saying? But that was the kind of conversation. Because little do y'all know, being circumcised is that was like the token of the old covenant, right? Gotta be circumcised. The man child gotta be circumcised on the 8th day. All right, that was the covenant. So people really took it serious. But I mean, when you look at it, people took it serious, but they didn't take it serious as not have sex with them whores. They didn't take that serious. They was having sex with whores, buying prostitutes. You know what I mean? Sleeping with strange women. Right. Meaning sleeping with white women, African women, East Indian. I don't understand how you sleep with an East Indian woman. You ever did? I did, man. Sidebar, man. I remember doing work in the East Indian woman apartment. And every time I went in there, boy, it smelled like something unholy. Oh my gosh. And I remember learning more and more about East Indians. And I was like, gotta go back up in there. All right, give me the ticket. I'm about to go up in there, man. And I'm doing the work quick as hell. I'm all right, you good? All right, I'm out. Look, boom. You know what I mean? We was dealing with strange women. We were serving other gods, right? We were doing everything, man. What Christ did, he came through and set everything straight, right? And Christ wasn't loved by everybody. He wasn't loved. He died because of our own people. And you know who continued the execution? The white man. The white man knew that Christ was the real king of Israel. And he knew that Christ wasn't there to cause what they think of an upbringing. They like, man, Christ is just going around teaching. Why? Because your enemies will be at what? Peace with you. Right. But this was a prophecy that had to come about, man. And the white man is going to always be the white man. And he went through with it. And was like, go ahead, unalive him. You understand? Because he's an evil bastard. Right. All of that loving the white man, thinking that we're going to have this great love utopia. You better go turn on the news. You better go on Twitter, what they call X now, and see how much white people hate you. You should go in the comments. You should see what's going on. You should see the reports. We are at war, man. Stop thinking that that sister that you can't stand is your enemy. No, your real enemy is that goddamn electric bill. I gotta say that. I don't know how many of y'all electric bill be high as hell. That electric bill is high. That's an enemy. You know what I mean? Look at the religion that the white man gave us. That's your enemy. Look at these other nations as your enemies, man, because they're the ones that's giving us the poison. How you think the drugs got into our neighborhoods back in the 80s? They had a whole thing. It was a cocktail of hell, man. Told our women back in the 70s, hey, separate yourself from your man. You should want equal rights. What the hell black men? What power black men had? The white woman came, CIA agents was like, yeah, we need you to fight with us, sister. You know, these men ain't trying to give us our rights. We gotta fight for it. The man at home, he's seeing his wife about to go protest. He's like, bitch, what power do I got? You know what I mean? White man hate me just like you. I barely got any rights. Why the hell are you mad at me? Because they wanted to divide the black woman and the black man. That's what they wanted to do. You understand? Then let's not forget they sent us to Vietnam. So, oh no, you gotta go. Sending black men, Hispanic men, Native American men to Vietnam. And we didn't just have to worry about Viet Cong. We had to worry about the white soldiers killing us, sending us out on dummy missions. And one thing I'm gonna tell y'all is this, right? The white men used to be mad because we're God's chosen people, and we would go out there. They send us on dummy missions. We'd come back victorious. They'd be like, y'all completed a mission? Yeah, they all did. Because God is with us, man. God is with Israel. You understand? The name Israel itself in the Hebrew is Yasharallah, man, meaning the princes of the power, man. The people of the power. You understand? We are the people of the power, man. We are something in this world that is far greater than what they tell you. That's why when you see it, I'm gonna tell you how deep it is. When you see that brother or that sister that's homeless, man, understand that they are the prince or a princess of the power of God. They ain't just some damn homeless man. You treat them with respect. You treat every black, Hispanic, Native American with respect and love, man. Because that's what we need to do to bring back our king, man, Yahweh, Jesus Christ in Hebrew. Read what you got. I just drift off a little bit. Go back to the scripture.
Come out of her, my people, that ye be not. Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Bingo. You know, that's what we're teaching. We're teaching you to keep God's commandments. Give me Matthew 5:17, right? We are teaching you how to serve the Lord. All throughout the Bible, it tells you keep the commandments, do what you must do, right? To serve the Lord. Read what you got.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Matthew, 5 verse 17. Think not that I'm come to destroy the law.
Christ didn't come to destroy the law. Anytime somebody tell you that Christ came so that the law can be done away with, I'm gonna tell you in essence what that means, right? When someone tells you that the law is done away with, you don't have to keep the commandments of God. That means that me and Abad, after this class, we can say, hey, you need some money, all right, and we go rob some old lady, hit her upside the head, rob her, take all our money, and be on our merry way. And we would not be wrong for it. Why? Because the so-called the law is done away with. That's not the truth. Read it one more time.
Yes, sir. Think not that I'm come to destroy the law.
Think not that I come to destroy the law. Christ didn't tell you to go be a filthy sinner, because what happens is when you add sin, more sin comes. Like, think about our parents. Our parents didn't understand the truth, right? We oppressed, so they didn't understand the truth, right? They allowed sin into our homes, right? Now, boom. Let's say you had parents. Let's say it like this, right? Let's say you had parents that was drug dealers, right? Boom. That's all you know. That's all you see. Now, when you get older, you're like, shoot, I'm gonna go sell some drugs too, so I can get some money. Right? Now you go sell drugs. Now here's the thing. When you add sin to sin, the sin is going to be even more crazier. The person that is carrying on is going to be weaker. Right? The Most High never intended for us to be sinners. He always wanted us to represent him on the face of the earth. Hold where you at. Give me Deuteronomy 4 and 5, please. Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Most High always wanted us to be leaders, right? That's what you always must remember. Be a leader, right? Understand that you are a leader even when you think people ain't watching you. You know how many times people then came up to me and was like, "Hey, Shalom, brother, what's going on? Yeah, I'll be watching your class. Yo, you be dropping some knowledge." I'll be looking at them like, people don't. We say things that make people angry about. I don't know if you know, but we say things that piss people off because we tell them the truth. People show love, right? I'm sitting there looking like, "Oh God, blow you," you know. You know what I mean? They show respect, man. Read what you got.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 5.
Go ahead.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments,
Mm-hmm.
even as the Lord my God commanded me.
So it said, read it one more time.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
What did Moses teach us?
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
When you go inside these religious places, are you being taught how to do what?
I've taught you statutes and judgments.
The people that taught you about God, can they say this as well? Like Moses said, read it one more time.
I have taught you statutes and judgments.
Statutes and judgments, man. He taught us law and order. We must maintain law and order. Like, think about it. If I steal from you, shouldn't I be judged for that? I should be brought up on charges, right? That's how Israel always been. If you had sex with another man's woman, you're gonna be brought up on charges. You're gonna be brought up on charges, and your fate is gonna be in your own hands, right? It was always law and order in Israel, right? And the reason why we kept these laws and kept the laws and the order, because we always wanted to do what? Make sure our generations grow stronger. That's why here in the I.S.U.P.K, the children here understand order. They understand loyalty. They understand leadership, being a role model. That's why these kids in here, they be having straight A's, like honor roll and all that. I'll be like, dang, you doing pretty good, huh? Do your thing. Because they understand, they've been shown, hey, do the right thing. Be a leader. You see, I'm doing it right. Be a leader. That's what the whole meaning of keeping the laws of God. Not saying that the law is done away with now, because, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna give you the real meaning with it. The real meaning of what the law being done away with is. The law being done away with is the grace period that we are in. The grace period that we're in, when I get it in Romans, the 6th chapter, meaning the priest, let's say you go have sex with another man's wife, right? Let's say we catch you in the act. We walk past your car and we see you with this woman that we know that she's married to another man. We see you with her, we catch you red-handed in the act. You going to town on her. We knock on that window. In the Old Testament, you had to get out, and we'll probably just put you to death right then and there. We'll probably just unalive you in the woman in the goddamn car because you transgressed the law. Now, people might be shocked. Oh my gosh, how can you do that? When you go before a judge, the judge will send you in prison where anything can happen to you. You understand what I'm saying? You can go to jail and be unalive as soon as you hit the cell. You dead or worse. You know what I mean? It was always checks and balances. And you want to know why we unalive the sinners? Now again, every sinner didn't have to get unalived. You know what I mean? It was always, okay, what was the offense? Is this credible by death? What is the penalty for the sin? Like, let's say you stole from somebody, you'll have to work off your debt, right? Let's say, I don't know, I don't know. But give me one.
Sir, yes. If two men are fighting and If the woman grab a man by the family jewels, her hand will get cut off.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's certain rules to everything. It was always law and order. And I give the two adulterers this, right? That man having sex with another man's wife, and they both get put to death, is because we want everybody else to not be evil like that. Because what usually happens when a man has sex with another man's wife, violence occurs, chaos happens, right? All types of infidelities going on and all that, and it destroys a people, right? Because now if we're allowing people to have sex with other men's wives, now prostitution gonna come. Now you're gonna be shaking your ass on the internet, and now it's gonna be so many. You walking around half naked. It's going to be a conundrum of issues and problems. But if we can put these problems to rest quick, in a hurry, then boom, we good to go. You know what I mean? But because of Christ, because the sacrifice that he made, the priest cannot carry out capital punishment, right? So it's a counsel that's given, and you won't be banished from all Israel. Let's say a brother come in here and he has a white woman, right, as his wife. Now he doesn't, when he was in the world, he didn't know that he wasn't supposed to have sex with this white woman, but he comes in and he's ready to serve the Lord. He can't throw her away, right? He has to stay with her. And it's not as if he's going to be a changed man. Guess what? In the past, if you had sex with a strange woman, you was cut off for generations, especially if you had kids with her. You'll be cut off for generations to come. Right? I think it's like to your 10th generation. That means that you ain't gonna be able to come back through none of them generations until like a long time. And your whole generations ain't going to be able to be around the congregation. Now, what do you think happens when you don't have the protection of Israel in those times? You're going to die. You're food, because you're not amongst us. So who you amongst? You're amongst the heathens. So now when you at work, because you got to go out and go to work, when you at home, you on edge, because the whole time you thinking that one of these heathens gonna have the up on you, because they all gonna know, yeah, he an Israelite, yeah. You can't even let nobody you really got money for real. You get what I'm saying? Because if you let people know that you got money and they know that you don't got no army behind you, you don't got ain't no gates around you. That was the Lord trying to show you something, like, don't go against what I give unto Israel, so that you won't have to be on the outskirts having to fend for yourself. So what Christ did, he came to the Israelites, he taught us. Remember, he told that white woman, he said, I come not for your people, I come for the 12 lost tribes. I come for the lost tribes of the house of Israel. He said lost, because we are lost. We are following after strange gods. We are following after strange ways, right? Christ had to bring us back home like a good shepherd does. That's why I say we must always feed the flock and protect the flock. That's our duties as men of the Lord. And it should become your duty as well. You understand? Because that's what Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans need to do. We need to change our mindsets. Donald Trump right now is on a war path. He's on a war path, man. And the looks of it, man, the UN is having councils that's not on TV. I pray you understand. They having secret councils. They having disclosed councils where they're explaining what they're finna do if America tries to take Greenland. America said they're going to touch Cuba, Colombia as well. You understand? They want to expand their horizons, because that's what white people always do. Right. They always want to do that. And to make matters worse, today, Donald Trump went and took Russian oil tankers that was going to Russia, that was already planning to go to Russia. He seized them. And now Russia is talking about, yeah, I'm going to strike them boats and all of that. Donald Trump is showing that America, he wants to show the world that America is a superpower and that America run this world. That's what he want to do. That's what he's doing. He's pretty much punking Russia right now, because Russia was trying to get a deal done with Venezuela. Trump said, yeah, because they had they submarines and all that. Trump went in, grabbed the president, took him, said, yeah, this our oil now. We setting up shop on this block like a gangster, like a drug dealer would do. He got his men coming in. Hey, go set up shop. You know, we're going to make billions. We're going to make trillions off this oil. Get ready. Get all the soldiers ready. Get everybody ready. We about to take this over. You understand? He about to put in, he's putting in the select individual to run Venezuela. Whoever runs Venezuela is going to be handpicked by America. That's what times we in right now. And what this causes is friction between the nations. We already know when we hear rumors of wars, and we talking about on a bigger scale. Christ said, when you're going to know when I'm coming, you're going to hear rumors of wars. You know, it's going to be famines, all types of evil things going to be happening in the world. There's going to be all types of madness going on. Just know I'm right around the corner. I'm just waiting. Y'all make sure y'all, the priests of the Lord, y'all make sure y'all go out and go teach. This Bible right here, this is written long before I ever touched it. Right. When you read this Bible, Christ was giving us the war plan. He said, man, don't go pick up guns and try to go to war with these countries. Don't do it. The Lord is going to show his power, man. The Lord is going to show it. Right. Right? Let me read the scripture that you read from the top. Yes, sir. Yeah.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
He what?
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
I taught you statutes and judgments. That's what the Most High said, man. I taught you statutes and judgments, man. I gave you wisdom. He gave us game, how to maneuver out here in the world. When you read about the prophets of the old, when you learn about the women of the old, they was on a whole nother level. We ain't on their level. They was on a whole different plateau. You know, they was kicking some game that you'd be like, dang, I never think about it like that. That's why they was always sharp. That's why people used to sit around us and want to learn. How you think Muhammad, the one that started Islam, why you think that he is only serving one, he only got one God in that religion? Why you think? Because he came and learned from the Israelites. This is in the history books. We got the books here where scholars know that he originally went to Israelites to learn about our God. That's why when you go inside the Quran, you're going to find what? People of the Bible in it. But all he did was remix it. That's all he did. And all that crescent moon and star, that symbolism in Islam, that was him trying to make peace with different tribes of his people to try to bring everybody in. And he put us in slavery when we didn't want to become Muslims. He got angry. In the beginning of Islam, people prayed towards Jerusalem. You want to know why they prayed towards Jerusalem? If you don't understand this right now, why they prayed towards Jerusalem, I'm gonna ask somebody in the comments, why did in early Islam people pray towards Jerusalem? Why did in early Islam people pray towards Jerusalem? I'm gonna show you how much your pastor, your imam knows about the Bible. Why did in early Islam people, Muhammad told his people to pray towards Jerusalem? Let me know if somebody write in the comment section. Why did Muhammad make his followers pray towards Jerusalem in the beginning? And if you don't understand the answer, this is a problem, because this is a major thing to know. If you ever picked up a Quran or a Bible, I'm gonna wait 10 more seconds. I don't hear Officer Abad saying anybody had an answer. All right, I'm gonna give you the answer. The reason why Muhammad made people pray towards Jerusalem was because Israelites originally and always till this day pray facing Jerusalem. That's how we was taught to pray. A man must not have his head covered when he prays. A woman must have her head covered when she prays. So if you was never taught that, to always have your head covered when you pray, if you're a woman, to not have your head covered when you're a man and you're praying, if you ain't been never taught that, you've been lied to. When you pray facing the east. You understand? And you do not go and fall out and say the same words over and over again. God, please help me. God, please help me. God, please help me. God, please help me. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus. The Lord don't like prayers like that. He wants your prayer to be precise. He wants your prayer to have meaning, because the Lord is not your grandmother or your grandfather. He is none of those people. He is a man of war. In Exodus 15:3, it states that the Most High God, Yahweh in the Hebrew, the Most High real name, say he is a man of war. He don't want you to play around when it comes to this. Right. We always, and you gotta have your hands up. You pray, you got your hands up, you praying to the Lord. You understand? You saying when you repenting, when you repent, you're saying that you're no longer going to commit that sin. Right. You're going to work to not commit that sin again. You're going to follow the proper procedures to let go of that evil that you carry on to. That's how you pray in Israel. I shouldn't. Did somebody answer? Somebody said, damn right. Shout out to you, man. They understand. When you pray, make sure you face the east. Right. Muhammad made his people pray and face the east in the beginning. And because the Israelites did not want to convert to Islam, he got upset. He was pissed. And he said, man, we praying and facing towards Mecca because it's in his land. And he made this cube, and really the rock in Mecca is their God. People travel thousands of miles to this rock. They praying to it. People get injured. Some people die making Hajj. Nowhere in the Bible does it says for it never says for Israelites to come back to Jerusalem and make a prayer to anything. You want me to tell you why? Because the Lord is practical. Right. How the hell? All right, hear this up. How the hell, nigga, I'm a slave. How I'm gonna go overseas? Right. Why would the Lord tell me to do something like that? Like, he understands slavery happens. He understands war happens. Right. Things can happen where we can't travel back home. It can be occupied by enemies. We got to flee. Now, I wonder, I think that happened to Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, where we couldn't dwell in Israel no more because the Romans had it. Right. We had to get the hell out of our homeland because the Romans occupied it and they were starving us to death. You can find that in the book of Josephus. Go read about 70 AD in Rome. In Israel, where we had to get the hell out of under the Romans because they were starving us to death. They was unalive enough to death because the The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's why we had to get the hell up out of there. Where did we flee into? West Africa. Now think about where we was picked up on the slave trade. Look at the records. They had Hebrew names. Remember we was bringing it up about? We was going through the slave records, and they were showing all these people that was getting put on ships had all Hebrew names. Right. Straight up Hebrew names. When you look at the maps where we was dwelling at, the land of Judah, they had Africans made a deal with the white man so that, they don't, they're like, look, you got slaves, look, we can do business with you. You know what I mean? We don't got to come after you. Just give us some Israelites you got, because we know that they're good slaves, and we know that they're God's chosen people. And anytime someone has them in captivity, oh wait, you on a whole nother level. Now think about it like this. Look at around the world. Who has the most powerfulest country in the world? The UK is not as powerful as America. None of these other countries is powerful as America because America has God-chosen people in slavery. Right. Never forget that. If you Black, Hispanic, Native American, God, the Most High wants you to understand that the white man has God-chosen people in slavery. Read what scripture you was holding. I didn't forgot about the damn scripture. My fault.
This is the book of Deuteronomy
4 and 5. You're right. Go ahead.
Chapter 4 and verse 5. Mm-hmm. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
Right.
Even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them.
Keep therefore and do them, talking about the commandments of God. Keep the commandments, right? So that we can have peace amongst us. We don't have peace like that when we should, because we rather hate one another. We'd rather look at one another and say, nigga, F you. I'm a stand over your grave. You understand? I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna do that to you. You gotta, your baby father, you gotta make his life a living hell. Your baby mother, you gotta make her life a living hell. The kids gotta be in the living hell because you in the living hell. We just giving the wrong energy. We putting in the wrong energy out here in the world. Right. And it's not working. When we should be making sure we are protecting the flock and feeding the flock. Right? If you're a Black, Hispanic, Native American, it is your duty to be a leader. It is your duty to do the right thing because God said to do it. Go ahead.
For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
This is your wisdom in the sight of the nations. When white people look at us Israelites, right? They try to talk trash. Oh yeah, you guys, yeah. But then when we start breaking them down, they just be like, man, you guys don't know what you're talking about. We tell them about themselves. We tell them who their forefather is. Your forefather is Esau. You are the child of Edom. You was born with the sword. You wonder why you want to unalive people? You want to know why you hate Hispanics so much? That you daydream about, like, to daydream and sit around and just think about unaliving someone that have never did anything to you is psychotic. Today, an ICE agent was harassing Hispanic people, and they got a bloodlust so much that they unalived a 37-year-old woman. You gotta be a cruel individual to go shoot a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get a firearm, you're always taught to have restraint, even at your darkest times. Right? You're taught that so that you don't go hurt somebody. Well, if you're a police officer or any agent on the force, you're taught the same thing. Right. Now, I don't know if y'all know, these ICE agents only get like a couple months of training, right? They transfers, they new hires. They not even doing full investigations on these people. Do you know how long it takes for a federal background to be conducted on you? They want to get as many ICE agents out there as possible. All they care about, they already know you signing up for this. You hate Black, Hispanic, and Native American people just like we do. You're hired. You're hired. It be Hispanic people. They hate themselves. You understand? They hate the skin. When they look in the mirror, they hate themselves. They're hired. You know, when we keep God's commandments, we're literally putting ourselves in our own lane. And being in our own lane is good, right? Because God said, Yahweh said, man, to keep these commandments, because this is your wisdom. Right. You know, like understanding the judgments is your wisdom. Right. So think about it like this. You're a parent. You have kids. You want to understand judgments, because when you understand those judgments and you understand the knowledge that was given, what you're going to do, you're going to be able to reflect to that child, be like, listen, I'm going to let you know. And it's something that every parent should know. Look, I'll tell you right now, man. A real brother or a real sister is someone that loves you, and they show it by their actions. A brother or a sister would never try to put you in harm's way. And you telling that to a child because you see that child might be dealing with somebody that is a negative influence. You're giving, because you understand judgments and how things can pan out, right? And you, more importantly, you understand the Most High. Man, that kid gonna understand. That kid gonna hear what you're saying. It's either they gonna take what you say and go with it, or they gonna have to learn the hard way. Now, there's many kids out here that learn the hard way. Think about a lot of these young boys out here. A lot of these young boys, they want to be cool with these cats that's outside shooting up the blocks and all that, going to war. Boom. They in the car, they hanging out with them, whatever. Cops run down. Boom. Everybody get on the floor. Now here you go. You getting locked up with them. Or you get shot. Or you just in the car, you know what I mean? And they get into something stupid. You ain't had nothing to do with it. But because you was there, now you connected to the crime. Right. Now you connected to the perps. You want to, and just with those situations, that child is going to have to learn from it. Now it's up to them if they want to learn. But God, the Most High, want us to give the next generations and pretty much everybody around us a chance to understand righteousness. Right. That's the whole thing. That the Most High, he see it as a chain reaction. You know, hey, you keep God's commandments, man. You keep these commandments. Guess what? Your wife or your husband going, you know what I mean? They going to be in a better situation. Your kids going to be in a better situation. Think about, you're a friend to somebody, and they know that you keep God's commandments, right? They know that when they're around you, that you're going to give them the correct answer, and that they're going to know that they can trust you because you move on a whole different type of time. That's the world that the Most High want us to set up here on earth. But if we're not doing that, right. You're going to have men, unaliving one another. I mean, it's sad now because brothers is getting weaker by the day. Brothers is getting weak as hell. We can't stop getting high. We can't stop trying to chase after tail. Brothers be stressed out about, I'm on child support. This woman is making my life a living hell. Then when you find out how long they've been dealing with this, bro, what was all the signs that was there, they ignored every last one of them. They said, just give me the box. I'll deal with the problems later. And then boom. Now they on child support. Now she busting windows out of his car. You know what I mean? She making this life a living hell because, nigga, you chose wrong. But when you go inside the Bible and how the Most High said to move, he said, man, be wise on your selection, brother. Right. Because, man, sex is marriage. You know, you get with that individual, man, you stuck with them. But be wise on what you do, man. Don't think with your little head, because you get a little head, a little trick. You know what I mean? You're gonna get yourself in some trouble. You gotta be smart on what you do out here, especially in the times that we in, man. Because I'm gonna show you what Christ said about the end of times. Give me that. Give me that. And on Matthew 24th chapter and 6th verse. I think we got started at the 5th verse. And I think we started at the 5th verse. It starts at home, and it's hard without a father figure and at home. Hey, BFG, shout out to you. So I'm gonna tell you, right? This is why we have these classes here in the I.S.U.P.K. Right now, we everywhere in the country. Right now, I'm recording live out of the Philadelphia school. Right, we got a school here in Philadelphia. If you have a fatherless home, the most best advice I can tell you is get in class so that we can be the brothers there. We'll be the big brothers, man. We'll be the big uncle. We'll be the father figures that they need in their life. You understand? You don't have to be alone taking care of them kids, because it's the Lord said, man, be there for the fatherless. Be there for the widows, man. Be there for the poor, the ones that's weak at heart. You understand? Be there for the ones that depressed, the ones that is sorrow. That it's our job to do so. It is our job and our duty. That's why we're here. You think that we going live? We do this class. We do these classes 7 days a week, and it's free of charge. I don't get paid for this. I don't get paid for this. Abba, you get paid for this? You don't get paid for this, do you? I don't think so. No, I don't get paid for doing this work. I do it because I love my people.
Right.
I do it so that when people, like many other people, come through these doors, they can have protection. They can be fed. You understand? They can actually be loved and taken care of. That's why the I.S.U.P.K is here. We're not just here to read the Bible and that's it. We ain't just here just to read, and we here to be a brother to you. Right. You understand? And sisters that's in the school is amazing sisters, man. They are kind-hearted women. And one thing about the I.S.U.P.K, man, we love children here, man. Kids come into school and they just run around. You know what I'm saying? We got to do some painting because they was apparently want to write on the walls. But that's another story for another time. You know what I mean? But we love children here, man. And our main goal is to help you, anybody, man, woman. We're here to help you so that you can raise them children the right way. Listen, a lot of us, man, we all come from different walks of life. We all got different stories to tell. We're the part of your story where we let you know to be at pass with the peace, because you're going to understand something in the future. And what you're going to understand is, man, the Lord chose you to be special. He chose you to be something different in this world. He chose you to understand this truth so that you can change somebody else's life. You come into this school, you change your life, you get your Hebrew name, right? You going to be something different that nobody never seen in this world. You know, you a sister, you're going to be at work, and women are just going to gradually come to you and just come to you with their problems and ask you questions. Sister, I always see you so poised. You're always so in good spirits. What is it about you? And she's like, that's the Lord, man. The Lord, and that's deep. And she started asking more questions, and little do she know, she like, damn, you got a lot of good answers, and now that sister calling that sister for help, for wisdom and things like that. Because that's what we taught to do in here, man. We taught to be brothers. We taught to be sisters in here. That's the whole point of serving the Lord. Serving the Lord ain't about lip service. It's about your actions. If you say, give me that scripture where it says, where it talks about love, if you say you love God, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? In Matthew, where it says, if you love God, you know what I mean? Keep his commandments. You know what I'm talking about? Yes. You can, whenever you get it, you can start reading. But I hope that answers your question, BFG. I hope that answer your question, man. I hate seeing fatherless homes. You know, I was fortunate to have my father. I had so in the beginning, it was on and off, right? And it was a time period when it was like major off. But you know, when I got my father back in my life, you understand, I used to have this shame sometimes about I used to feel bad because a lot of my friends didn't have their father in their life. And my friends would see me get picked up by my dad every weekend. You know, I'm on the block, I'm chilling. Yeah, dad pull up. Boom. I'm gone. You know, and all my homies, none of them had a dad. It hurt. You know, like it was a hard pill to swallow. You know what I mean? And I always, you know, keep in my mind, man, be there for the ones that's fatherless. You know, give the game that the Most High gave us to those that need it, because, like, believe it or not, man, a lot of men aren't masculine because they didn't have a father in their home. A lot of men don't have order because they didn't have a father in the home, right? So in here, that's why we have these setups. That's why we have the military up in here. You know, we are the Lord's army in here. We do it. We set it up like this so that men can become men again, right? I just seen so many brothers come into this school, you know, with a world spirit on them, and when they came in here and they took it serious and they changed, you won't even know if I told you, yo, that brother wasn't, he was this way. You be like, no, the hell he wasn't. Like, it's a good thing, man. I remember talking to my wife one day, right? And I was like, yeah, man, you know, I used to get so high, boom, boom. She's like, I can't see you getting high. I said, God damn it, Most High Christ. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, yo, before I met you, I used to get high. I used to have big bags of weed. I sold some and I smoked a lot of it. You understand? That was a part of my life. Because I changed my life, my kids, my wife, any woman I ever deal with in the future, anybody that knows me would never see that side of me ever again. Because I come to serve the Lord. You got to be serious about this. The Lord wants you to be serious. He don't want you to be thinking that this shit is a game. You understand? It's blood that been shed to keep these records here, man. Right. Christ died so that we can keep these commandments of God, so we can have the knowledge. Can't take this as a joke, man. Right. Shit ain't no damn game. This is real life. Right. You understand? The men of the Lord died horrible deaths. People hated the prophets of God. You understand? They walking through a town, niggas like that nigga. Whole time that brother loved every Hispanic, every Native American, every so-called Hispanic, so-called Native American, so-called black individual in that city, man. Right. And they hated them for it. This ain't no game, man. Right. We got some real things going on. The black, Hispanic, Native American household is destroyed, man. Destroyed. No, I seen a video earlier, right? It was this Kendra G podcast, right? And she be talking to sisters, talking to brothers, trying to match them up, you know, with a significant other. The sad part about it is that each of these sisters was ashamed of saying how many baby fathers they had. They had 3 to 4 or 5 kids, man, and they was ashamed to say how many baby fathers they had. This prison that we in, called Babylon, it took us away from our original state. Like, us brothers, we killing one another. That ain't how the Most High said to ever be. Selling drugs, children being raped or molested. It ain't never supposed to happen that way. it's what's going on. So now you got people that's dealing with all types of trauma, all types of issues and problems. Who's going to be there for them? The church ain't there. We just seen a pastor, his wife at the damn New Year, on New Year's, so-called New Year's, dressed up like a $2 hoe. We got to go to him for the answers. Who's going to help the people that destroyed, man? Because the same churches that we go to going to tell you to go vote. They're going to tell you to go celebrate this stinking ass holidays. They're going to tell you that you can go be a filthy sinner as long as you pay your tithes. Are you kidding me? God said to show you where you going wrong at. That's what the Most High said to do. He said, if you're a priest, if you're my priest, go out and show my people where they going wrong at. Don't show nobody don't show what you call it. Don't show no what is the best word to say it? Don't show no mercy in how you gotta deliver it. Give me Isaiah 58:1. Give me Isaiah 58:1. What we doing in here, man, is because we love our people. We ain't just doing this. I could be at home right now playing effing video games, and I could be at the gym. You understand? I can be, I don't know, doing something else with my time, but I'm here to teach my people. Right. You understand? I'm here doing it free as well. I don't get paid for this, but this is my career. This is my first job. I don't give a damn what I do in the world. That what I do in the world is so I can keep the lights on. You understand? So I can provide for my family. But this is my first job. I give a damn about this right here. Many of us sacrifice a lot to be right here. You know how many job offers I done got? I remember I had a job offer I bought to go help run the King of Prussia Mall. One of the biggest malls in the world. You know how that would look on my resume? They showed me the schedule. I said, no, I don't want it. The hell with, man, F that job. I go make less, because I definitely was making less. You understand? And I took the other route. Now, you know, the Lord gave me, he said, all right, I'll give you something better. And we're going to put a little bit more on top. There you go, because you held it down. The Most High want us to go teach this truth, man. He punished Ezekiel for not going out and teaching the word of God. Ezekiel wanted to get lay up with his wife. He wanted to go lay up with his wife instead of making sure that another man, another woman can fix their relationship so that they can lay up one another, so that they can have a family and their family can be fixed. Right. Ezekiel's family was fixed. Ezekiel didn't even give a damn about his family when he knew he was supposed to go out and go teach. And the Lord took his family away from him. Right. And the Most High said, you better not effing cry. You better not weep. You better not none of that. You better put on your garment, tie your mitre tight, and go out and teach. That's what Ezekiel did. Right. You want to know why his punishment was so severe? Because his position in Israel, his position was a high-ranking brother in Israel. He supposed to be the leader. How you supposed to be the leader and you off not doing your job? You like, oh, yeah, I ain't going to camp. I don't want to go out and teach, man. I'm about to go get me some, you know what I'm saying? Lord was like, oh, yeah? What wasn't he doing? Feeding the flock and protecting the flock. And the Lord punished him. Why do you think the Christian church is losing members? They're not feeding the flock, nor are they protecting the flock. This is real. Read what you got.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not.
So when we outside, this is the scripture that we go to as priests to know what the Most High wants us to do. Again, the Most High always give us orders to, you know, complete certain missions. And this is one of them. This is what we call going out to camp, right? When we go out to camp, we go teach in the highways and byways. right? Where people and it's coming and going, where we can not only talk to our people, we can also talk to our enemies. Talking to the white man, the African man, the Asian man, the East Indian man, the Arab man. You understand? All of those other nations, you know, and we're telling the truth. We're telling people that God is black, Jesus Christ is black, that the white man has been lying to us since we've been born, that we must come together and we must stop committing sins against the Lord. Read it from the top again.
Cry aloud, spare not,
spare not your feelings, man. Like, we are people. I got brothers that know how to make you. They'll tell you that your butt stink, and they can say it in a way that is very sincere to the point you be like, all right, let me go wash my ass. Then you got some brothers that's going to just not care about how you feel. You're like, hey man, you need to go wash your ass, man. Your ass stink. You know what I mean? We can't spare your feelings. We're going to tell you the truth. Either way we put it to you, we're going to tell you the truth. And Philly alone, Philly has a spirit of it on it of much pride. So many people in Philly are so prideful, but we have no reason to be proud of anything, because we're not. We're horrible brothers and sisters. We're horrible parents. You understand? We hate one another. Is so many things that we do wrong as a city, and we should hold ourselves accountable, right? We should not spare how we feel, because the most quickest thing people like to do, oh, don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Only God can judge. But God would tell you that you ain't shit. He know what you do. You can fake it for us. God knows what you do. And you know what you do. You understand? And the whole thing is, listen, we have another generation to bring up. We don't have time to be oh, don't judge me, don't judge me. I bet you if that nigga don't take care of his kids, he's every dirt bag in the book. I bet you you know, if that woman had sex with another man on you, you're gonna judge her, you're gonna call her all types of sluts and whores, you know what I mean, and everything under the book. We can put a nickel on a dime when it's to our beneficiary and how we feel. The Most High sends out his priests to show you where you go wrong. Read it one more time.
Yes, sir. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Lift up my voice like a trumpet. So when we outside teaching, we're just talking loud. We had to talk loud, and we men talk loud and very aggressive. You understand? And I ain't saying we talking like, man, hey, the Most High said not we can't be killing one another, and we're talking so that everyone can hear us. Now, most people not used to hearing men being men. Why? Like the sister said, most of us never had fathers in the home. When my father wanted me to hear what he was saying from downstairs, hey, Nicole, I need you to bring the toilet paper from out the closet down into the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I bought. He want me to hear him because he needs that toilet paper out the bathroom. I bought. You know what I mean? Because he in the bathroom downstairs and he needs help. I bought. All right, and he wants me to hear him. And I'm not lying to you. That was the story of my life. I'll be in my room and my dad be yelling. My door will be closed. And he be yelling so that he can hear me. We out in public. We want you to hear us, right? And we're showing you where we are going wrong as a people. We're not personally attacking you. We're saying what the issues of our community is, right? Our children should be our number one priority. A lot of kids is going to school and they're having to deal with dysfunctional children that coming from dysfunctional homes, right? Where, you know, kids gotta go to the principal like, hey man, they just keep messing with me. And then when the principal called the parents, What usually happens? Nothing. The parents, they come up there, they mad because they up there. Why the hell I gotta come up here? And my kid ain't do nothing. My kid don't never do nothing. They the same parents that gotta bury their kids because they never got right with their kids, right? They gotta see their kids not do good in life, have dysfunctional relationships with men, or have this dysfunctional relationship with women, in and out of prison, all types of things, because they never fixed the situation.
Right.
Right? Well, our job is, we're here to show you how to fix a situation. Right. We're here to show you how to be a light unto our people. Right? You got to change yourself so you can. Right. You got to first change yourself so that you can make real change. To your neighbor, man, to our people, because that's like, imagine I'm teaching, right? I'm teaching y'all all of this, and I leave out of here, and I'm going to go have sex with whores. What you think people gonna think of me? You's a hypocrite. You telling women don't be whores, but then you having sex with them and throwing them away. You know who does that? Men that go on the internet and say, "Oh yeah, y'all whores, y'all some whores, man. Don't deal with a 304. Don't deal with a whore." Whole time they having sex with whores. You understand? You got to be a light. Even when nobody see you, you still got to keep it jig. Like, right. Do you know people be wanting me to pop out sometimes to holidays, events? Now, they know I'm not going to do it now. But, people still be like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you ain't pop out? Because I don't get down like that. Like, it is against what I believe to even step foot in that function. We can always like go out for dinner, lunch. We can do a breakfast. We can go out to a park, whatever. We can do whatever y'all want to do. I'm just not going to do it on those holidays. Right. And people respect it because they know me. They know I stand on principle, and they didn't see my post 100 times. Because what? I lift up my voice like a trumpet. I show my people their transgression. I'm on social media. I'm showing people how to correct where we go wrong at. Right. And they see it and they understand what I'm saying is true, but it's up to them to want to take heed to what I'm saying. Keep going.
Right. And shew my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Show the house of who?
Jacob their sins.
The house of Jacob. You know what the house of Jacob is? The 12 tribes of Israel. Show my people their transgression, the house of Jacob, man. Our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let's get them a hand. Man, that's our ancestors. You read the Bible, you should be like, yeah, our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Sarah, Rebecca, all those sisters, that's our ancestors. You should be already knowing that, right? Now, I got a comment below. Shout out to BFG. They said a lot of them feel threatened because they aren't used to black men being assertive and direct. That's what we need to change. Right? Sisters, I'm going to tell you right now, you better understand that it is high times to wake up out of sleep. Right. Because I see the stock of men that's out there. And they not prepared for what's going to come in the future. Right. You better get you a good man. If you able to lock eyes on this man and you got his attention, and this man is a man of the Lord, man, I can only speak for the men in the I.S.U.P.K. But I'm sorry. I was trying to be general. You heard me? I was trying to be general. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. The men in here in the I.S.U.P.K, we are what men's supposed to be, because we've been trained to be that way. We ain't gonna be tapping no damn tambourine and faking the Holy Ghost, and we ain't doing none of that. We're gonna put on these boots, we're gonna put on our uniforms. We're gonna be soldiers about this thing, because that's what we need to be. You know what I'm saying? Sisters need soldiers in them houses, man. Now, every sister ain't worthy of having a soldier, but you know what I'm saying? Some of them deserve to have some of them soft, feminine, weird ass niggas. I'm just be honest. That's just like every man ain't worthy of having a good woman. Some of them niggas deserve to have Keisha from around the block that sucked every ride on 52nd Street. That's what they deserve. They deserve it because they would drop the ball on a good woman. Right. But if you get a chance to get a good man up in here in I.S.U.P.K, you're gonna understand how good of a situation that is necessary and understanding and real. I'm dropping game right now, now, but get the prayers ready. We about to send them prayers up too. But the Most High have ways of presenting himself. A man of the Lord come to you and he coming correct. Now, I ain't saying you got every man ain't your twist. I get it. I'm trying to tell you what we do and how we train the board up in this school, man. That's why women, when they get up in this school, they do their 90 days. You understand? They get that whoever that camp leader is, that's their father figure. That's their big brother, right? And what happens is when women come into the school, they learn they off limits. Ain't no man gonna be all in your face. None of that. Ain't none of that going down. She off limits. Right. You know what I mean? Listen, she come up in here, leave that alone. Now, let her get her chance to learn. Right. You know, let her shed himself as a world because again, we love our sisters, man, in here. Right. We love our sisters. We ain't gonna let no brother be all in your face because when you go inside the church or the Muslim mosque, you can do it. You can be all up in a woman's face. She come there, ooh, yeah. How you doing, good sister? My name is Brother James. Anytime you need anything, sister, please call me. I mean, whole time he got a bad coke problem and loves sleeping with prostitutes. Every girl on Backpage know Brother James. They know that Brother James is gonna pay you well, and if you like playing with your nose, he gonna give you a little something. He's known. You know what I mean? And you don't want to settle for a nigga like that. Right. You know, get you a good man. You know what I mean? A man that serves the Lord, that stands for something. Get a soldier in that house. Having a soldier in that house, man, it brings comfort. But one is security, and two, you're going to be fed in many ways. You understand, through knowledge, wisdom. You know, whatever was needed in that house, you're gonna get it. That man is gonna have the answers for you, because that's what a man's supposed to do. Like that's why BFG on in the chat said a lot of them feel threatened because they aren't used to black men being assertive and direct. Many of us never had men in the house that was men, right? That was a man where you see a man take charge and be the head of the operation, and you know what I mean, the mom being loved. Like most of us never grew up seeing our mom be loved properly. A lot of us never seen our father get loved properly, right? I remember talking to this one sister on Clubhouse, right? It's an app where people talk, and I remember the sister was saying a lot, right? And I was like, she was talking about, yeah, you know, she teach her daughter not to get played by these niggas. And I was like, I get it, I understand. Like, you a single mother, I get it, but do you show your daughter how to be loved by a man and how to love a man? When I say I shook her world in a positive way, I shook it. And she was like, you know what? I never thought about that, but I don't know what it is because I never had a good situation. And, you know, I never seen my mom get properly loved. And I never seen I never had a man properly love me. So I'm like, yeah, you just showing her how to survive, but you got to show her how to live. You got to show her how to live. Let her see you with a man that is positive, a man that is going to make sure that house is in order. A lot of these homes ain't in order. So that's why white men can do whatever the hell they want. They can set up any type of COINTEL program. They can set up any type of experiment that they want to do in our neighborhoods. They can do whatever. They can put, you know, that they was putting whippet drugs in the smoke shops. White men was doing that to give us another drug to keep us happy. You think that they giving us a dispensary? You know, I got locked up for weed. I got locked up with weed on me when I was like, 18, 19? That was on my record for a long time. All for them to now sell the same stuff that they said was illegal. And they're given, anytime the people, especially the men, get high, you lose with what BFG said, that assertiveness and being direct. Because if you go look at the Vietnam War, why was people dying mainly in the Vietnam War? Because we was getting high. It wasn't just a dope. We was smoking weed. We would smoke weed, go on the battlefield, and get our head blown off. Because you're not on your P's and Q's. You high as hell. Viet Cong in the joint like this. This they land. They fighting guerrilla warfare. They whooped America behind because American soldiers was getting high. Getting high as a kite, having sex with whores. I got family. I got family in Vietnam. My uncle, he was a Vietnam vet. He got kids. They told me he had Vietnam kids. You go over to Vietnam, you'll find black Asians. You be like, God damn, you look like my cousin. Whole time it is your cousin. Let me read this real quick. Slux 2. So the Bible says that the Israelites are God's chosen people and that they will be saved. But often I see white Christian men who present themselves as very godly, speaking powerfully about their relations. Some Christians believe that, okay, you're saying a lot. So let me look at the last one. You said, if the Israelites are God's chosen people, how is it that these white Christian men and women also seem to have God working in their lives as they believe he does? Because they are lying to themselves. White people, give me Romans 9 and 13. God, we already read in Deuteronomy 7 and 6 that God is only dealing with the nation of Israel, right? You go to the book of Psalms for time's sake, 147, 19 and 20, where it says that the Lord only gave his law, statute, commands to the lost 12 tribes. He gave his law, statute, commands to Israel. Never gave it to no. He said, I have not dealt so with any other nation. That's what's in the Bible, right? And I'm going to show you what the Lord thinks about white people. Go ahead.
This is the book of Romans, the 9 and verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved.
Say it one more time.
Jacob have I loved.
Jacob have I loved. That's our forefather. Go ahead.
But Esau have I hated.
That's the white man. Say it one more time.
But Esau have I hated.
For Esau have I hated. When you go through the Bible, you'll find out that the white races are Esau, Edom. They have a book. You can go look it up. The book is called Who is Esau? Edom. And what you'll find out is that the ones that say that they are Jews are not Jews, but the synagogues of Satan. The ones that say that they Jewish people in the world right now, and they occupy the land, they are not the real Jews. And this book will show you that they're not the real Jews, and white people are Edomites, which are white people. Read it one more time so we can all bring it again.
Yes, sir. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
And what?
But Esau have I hated.
Have I hated. The Lord hates white people. That's what it is. I don't know what to tell you. Give me Revelations 19 and 11 so we can get ready to send these prayers up. Yes, sir. And show you what Christ is going to do in the days. I know a lot of people, a lot of churches don't want to really dwell on the book of Revelations, because when you talk about the book of Revelations, it gets dark, but it also gets very beautiful. It's all dark and beautiful if you understand what's being said. Let's read what you got.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse.
So John the Revelator, hey, shout out to you, Slux 2. Appreciate you answering, King. God bless you. Hey, Most High bless you as well, man. Lord Christ, thank you. You know what I mean? Shout out to her, man, or him. I mean, let's get that to him. I mean, they ask a serious question like, why they feel like that? Why they feel like God is with them? I'm pretty sure they think, you know, a pastor said that God wanted Donald Trump to take that oil from Venezuela. Can you imagine that? He recently said in his sermon that God wanted Trump. You know, white nationalists, you know, they teach white people how superior they are. And, you know, these Christian churches, they said, yeah, God wanted Donald Trump to take that oil, right? Okay. It might not be the way how you think it is. The Most High want Donald Trump to make these moves so that he can bring an end to all of the powers that be on the face of the earth. We're going to show you right here. Keep going.
Yes, sir. And behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
Mm-hmm.
And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
Yeah, in righteousness he does judge and make war. BFG said, man, he's seen Captain Tazariak, which is heavy. Shout out to you. He said, our Captain Tazariak, you know, y'all can catch his channel, Captain Tazariak on YouTube and Instagram on all platforms. And Captain Tazariak kept asking him. BFG said, yeah, man, he didn't want to answer no questions about being a fake Jew because he knew that he was a fake Jew and that he knew that he didn't have that Jewish man, that white Jewish man knew that he cannot debate Captain Tazariak about being a real Jew because he knows that he's not a real Jew. He's an Ashkenazi Jew. How the hell Ashkenazi was known for being enemies to Israel. Now all of a sudden you're an Ashkenazi Jew. Get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? All of them are not the real Jews at all. You know, in Israel, you know, they have gay parades in Israel. You know that in Tel Aviv. They where Jerusalem dwells at, where Jerusalem is at, not too far away is a gay parade happening. Can you believe that? Up? Crazy, insane. But that's what's going on in our land. The Lord is going to punish them for it. We're going to read it right here. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. His eyes were as a flame of fire. Yeah,
that's Christ, a flame of fire. We read that in Revelation, the 1st chapter, where it says that Christ's eyes was like a flame of fire when John the Revelator seen him. And he seen the complexion of Jesus Christ, and he was a dark brother. He knew he had to explain the complexion of Jesus Christ in a real way because he knew that the white man was going to try to play around with the records. Keep going.
And on his head were many crowns.
With many crowns. Let's find out how Jesus Christ, you understand, the Son of God, the King of Israel, got these many crowns on his head. Keep going.
And he had a name written that no man knew.
People don't know the reputation of Christ. Many people think that Jesus Christ is some soft individual. They think that Jesus Christ is, you know, loves everybody. Jesus Christ was a soldier. He's a soldier for the Most High, man. I'm going to show you how he is a soldier. Keep going.
But he himself, verse 13, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
It said that he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, meaning his garment had blood on it. And it was as if he just dipped his garment in blood. Now let's figure out how he got this blood on his garment. Keep going.
And his name is called the Word of God.
He is the Word of God. He is the chain of commandments. The Most High, you understand, is Christ, it's the angels, then us. Keep going.
Verse 14. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses.
Yeah, so now we're talking about the armies, the angels. You know what I'm saying? The angels is going to follow after Christ, cracking the sky on the day of judgment. This is the day of judgment and how it looks. Keep going.
Clothed in fine linen.
Clothed in fine linen, meaning they clothed in beautiful garments, all white garments. They not coming to give out hugs and kisses how the world wants you to believe in this utopia and all this damn tambourine and stump dancing and all of this choir singing. Nah, the Lord ain't with none of that. We reading about blood about to be shed, man. We learning about the war that's going to happen on the face of the earth. This Bible don't got nothing to do with what you think it deals with. We've been lied to since we was born. This Bible got blood on it, man. How you think this truth is still here? How you think we able to still call ourselves Israelites till this day? How you think the blood that run through you is still here? Because we had to kill. We had to protect the scrolls, man. We had to make sure that these heathens didn't destroy us to the point where we couldn't even keep the word of God going. This truth is still here because great men and great women was able to pass down these records for decades, for centuries. Keep going.
White and clean.
White and clean. We hid these records in caves, and we was praying that our descendants would find these records so that they can change their life for the better, that this word would never go nowhere. And we used to pray to the Lord, Lord, please don't cut us off from being a nation. The Lord upheld his side of the bargain. Now it's time for us to uphold ours. Keep going.
Verse 15. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations.
Say he shall smite the what?
The nations.
Go ahead.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
Rule them. Then it says in the book of Revelation, those into captivity must go into captivity.
Right.
It said that Christ will rule. Read it one more time.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
Rule them with a rod of iron, meaning what? He's going to, after that war, they're going to be prisoners of war. That's how war goes. Look at America. When they beat the Germans, where do you think all them German scientists went? All them German engineers. You know, Germany was the one country that produced, at one point in time, produced everything. Anything that was German engineered was flawless. They was good with that science. They were sick on how they got all those damn experiments. I ain't gonna lie. That's another thing for another time. But when Christ come back, they gonna have to pay. What Donald Trump is doing in the world, he's making the punishment for white people even worse. Because what Donald Trump is doing, he is touching the hair. He is conflicting God's chosen people, man. The Lord like, okay, I got something for you. Keep going.
And treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty God.
Yeah, like Christ is explaining in the book of Revelations, when he comes back, man, he's going to kill the nations, man. He's going to unalive them. That's what he's going to do. He ain't giving back no hugs and you walk in this line, and if you was doing good and you walk in this line, nah. We just read that the Most High is going to send Christ to come unalive the nations so that Christ can be the ruler on the earth. This is in the Bible. If you ain't never heard this, you should be going to your pastor. You should go, whoever taught you the Bible, and you should be like, what the hell you been teaching me all these damn years? Why you ain't never show me what the hell Christ gonna do when he come back? Why you ain't never show me this, man? You lying to me, man. Keep going.
Verse 16. And he had on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
King of Kings, Lord of Lords, man. That's who Christ gonna come back, man. And he's going to punish our enemies, man. That's why he said, man, don't go and try to be a militia and go, try to go unalive white people and all that. Don't do none of that. Don't do none of that. Just go wake up the people. You understand? I'm going to make sure you can go teach that truth. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that this truth go out. I'm going to be there with you. Remember what Christ said. He said, when it's 2 or 3 or more gather in my name, I am there. You understand? The angels is around us and they recording everything. You better make sure that you're doing the right thing on the face of the earth, man. You better make sure that you get in class. Get in class, man. We got a class here. We got a school here at 41 Garrett Road. Free classes. You can watch all the other, you can binge watch. Go down the rabbit hole with much, what other people say on the classes that we had in the past, and just learn what's going on. And with that being said, we're going to send up these prayers. All right, so we're gonna pass the class over to priest and officer Abad Ayah. Now I want you to, when we send out these prayers, I want you to, we're gonna do the main three. Main four? All right, that's cool. All right, that's cool. So we're gonna show y'all how we send out these prayers, how they supposed to be properly done. All right, Officer Abad, he's gonna show y'all, all right, how you do it. Officer Abad, show everybody how we do it. All right, and you're gonna call it out.
Yes, sir. Imagine, which means stand. Now we turn to face me. When you pray, we lift our holy hands. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew.
Abanawa,
Bashabai.
Shabashamayim,
Padah.
Padash,
Ayah.
Hayah,
Saka.
Shaka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Allah.
Walafaka,
Ba'a.
Abaa,
Isaiah.
Zaka,
Ayah.
Ayah,
Asha.
Asha,
Ba'a.
Rataza,
Hawa.
Hawa,
Ayah.
Ayah,
Bashabai.
Bashamayim,
Kalana.
Nathaniel, Kam,
Ka.
Ka,
Biwa.
Yawam,
Maslak.
Aslak now,
Kamawak.
Kamawaf now, Aslak now, Kamawaf now, you know,
Wala'a.
Wala,
Wayayna.
I now,
Wasawa.
Wasa one,
Ba'a.
Abo,
Hoshayna.
Ashai now,
Maya.
Mayan,
Ra.
Ra,
Ayah.
Kaya,
Laka.
Laka,
Malakwa.
Amalakwa,
Walal.
Walal,
Akara.
Para,
Olayim.
Alanium,
Amma.
Aman. All right. So everything that we just read in Hebrew, we're gonna recite it right back to the English. This is the Lord's Prayer in English, where you find in Matthew 6, chapter 6, verses 8 through 13. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this
Give
day
us this day
our daily bread.
daily bread.
Forgive us our debts
Give us our debt.
as we forgive our debtors.
Forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
Give us that
into temptation,
temptation.
but deliver us
Deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
the power,
and the glory
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. This is the Hakak of the power of the Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua,
Baruch Hashem.
Baruch Shah,
Nathanael.
Nathaniel,
Hakak.
Baka,
Hakak.
Haka,
Lava.
Labara,
Hamakala.
Hamala,
Hamadawah.
Bachamarwa,
Hakak.
Haka,
Tahar.
Batahar,
Hamad to the right.
Hamatzazarim,
Hakak.
Haka,
Mahak.
Mahakim,
Mah.
Hamafim,
Hakak.
Haka,
Hamakwa.
Bakamraf,
Mal.
Baal,
Barsha.
Bashan,
Bashim Yahshua.
Bashim Yahushua.
Whatever.
What up, man? Hey, that brother know that Hebrew, man. It's not Christ. This is the prayer for the power in English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua,
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh.
please give us the power,
Please give us the
to
power.
heal
Power to heal.
all manner of sickness,
All men of sickness.
all manner of disease,
All men of disease.
power to cleanse the lepers,
Power to cleanse the leper.
power to raise the dead,
Power to raise the dead.
the power against unclean spirits,
Power against unclean spirits.
to cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua,
In the name of Yahweh.
thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is the blessed Israel in Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Barakanawa, Vayashala, Parasaparium, Hashem Yahushua, Waraman. All right. What he just read was a prayer to bless Israel in Hebrew. Now we're going to say that exact same prayer to bless Israel in English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, bless us and Israel and the school. In the name of Yahushua, thank you. So be it.
So be it. This is the I.S.U.P.K. posture blessing in Hebrew.
Barakatah Yahweh, Yahushua, Maka Allah, Alahayim, Sabiyah, Alawat Yahanna, Alawamyam, Hasaranyam, Akhalia Yanyam, Akhalia Yanyam, Alawafyam, Bashim Yahushua. You move fast, brother. All right. Now, this is the prayer for the power structure blessings in English. All right. Again, I told you we brought up in the school, in this class tonight, that we have this is the Lord's army. All right. Everything has rank and order.
Right.
So in these prayers, we're given the blessings down from the Lord all the way down to the angels, all the way down to the men in the Lord's army all the way down to the sisters.
Right.
All right. This is the prayer for the power structure blessings in English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
Indians.
Commander General Yahanna.
Commander General Yahanna.
The generals.
General.
The captains.
Captain.
The officers.
Officer.
The troopers.
Troopers.
And the sisters.
Indians.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
All right.
Star, you turn.
Yep.
Shabby, you be seated. Announcement, sir.
Yes.
I.S.U.P.K 30 announcement because the Israelite School, University of Practical Knowledge, 1 Western 150 Home, New York, under Commander General Yahanna. When your brother and sister, come up to school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to test themselves with the word. They need interpretation and teaching already. After 6 months, the brother has interest in a particular person. He or she must have permission from the head to speak to their brother and sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will quote each other. After this month period, the brother and sister will be permission from the head to marry.
Hold on, real quick. Y'all hear that? What the brother just broke down was when a brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months, meaning that brother and sister get a chance to not worry about, a relationship, but learning about how to fix themselves.
Right.
We ain't gonna be up in nobody's face. We're gonna, you get a chance to learn, shed yourself, get all the counsel that you need.
Right.
And and when you check in and you're like, hey, I want to deal with somebody, I want to date, court somebody in the school, everything is still dealt with rank and order.
Right.
And the man above you would say, all right, you're either gonna say yes or no. And that's how we do it here in I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
All right. Go ahead.
Tithes, which is a commandment, found with the number 18 or 21. We must read the 10. Actually, we 10 in Hebrew, 10% of our opinion increase the what's our about in like? Upcoming holy convocation is the Feast of Purim, on the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month. This year will be Monday, March 2nd, and Tuesday, March 3rd of 2026.
So
Esther, Esther chapter 9, verses 20 to 31.
So we got the Feast of Purim. All right. Feast of Purim coming up in March, the first week of March. We'll be keeping the Feast of Purim. This is a holiday for a so-called holiday for us as Israelites, as Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Right? Go ahead.
I came and I walked in, to the booth, we're in the hallway. If anybody wants to make sure that the booth, I wear a black boot, shirt, man, going to start with that. Amen. We stand. When Israel looking one good. Israel. Come on, stop. Come on. Right.
Yahweh.
Yes, stop. We say that. Start. Turn face. This is Ahmad. Yahweh Shabbat. And then come to the next to 45-degree angle. Right hand cuff to the left. And you see to the back. When Israel will be the system will carry salute. When Israel Shabbat. Ahmad. Right. Yahweh Shabbat. Stop. You can say that. But